Hello, today is 8/7 of 26, and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently 10:30 and I have made myself some coffee. So I used 1 cup of Fairlife whole milk and I added in a serving of whey isolate protein powder. I haven't been doing that often lately, but I definitely need it. I have been short on my protein at least the last few days and burning tons of calories, which is also why I added some MCT oil to my coffee just to get my calories bumped up a bit for today. The last couple days, I've been in way over 1,000 calorie deficit, and I just want to make sure that doesn't continue. And then I have a donut from Conscious Comforts, which is a local bakery in my area that makes gluten-free, sugar-free donuts. I'm going to have this, and then I want to try a new bread recipe. For my bread, I am preheating my oven to 375 degrees, and I have a parchment paper lined baking sheet here. This is supposed to make 4 bread. It's actually rolls is what it's supposed to be. Okay, so I've got my bowl for my stand mixer. I'm going to add to it a 1/4 cup of unflavored beef protein powder. I use bulk supplement brand, and a 1/2 cup of almond flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just gonna pop this over to my stand mixer and get them mixed together. Mixed together, now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of water and 2 large eggs, along with some shell. All right, let's see if the second one goes a little better. Yes, that was much better. Okay, I'm gonna mix these together again until they are combined. Here we go. It didn't take very long to get it together. Now I did scrape down the sides of my bowl at one point. Okay, I'm going to put on some gloves and then form these into like my bun patties, I guess is what you'd call them. I guess the recipe calls them biscuits. Okay, so I'm going to try and get it into fourths as best I can. I'm terrible at that. I don't know if I think that's too small. We'll see. I'll add to it if I need to. I'm a little concerned because the recipe says that it's very sticky and it doesn't seem to be all that sticky. So I don't know if I did something wrong. I did double check the ingredients just to make sure that I got them all, and I did. So these aren't going to, like, they're pretty much going to stay the same size and shape as, I kind of make them. So I guess that's something to think about when you're pressing them out. I don't know how thick they're supposed to be. But I think I do want them just a little bit wider. Like this size, like would be like the size of a slider, not like a hamburger bun, right? If you wanted to use it that way. So I'm not really sure. Okay, so I need to bake them for some number of minutes. How about we try 18 to 20? Okay, so I baked them for 19 minutes. This is how they have come out. The recipe says that if you stick a toothpick in the middle and it comes out clean, then they're done. I need to just let them rest for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut one open. And I'm going to top it with some of the strawberry chia jam and butter. Okay, so I'm going to try like just a bit of the biscuit itself. And it is a biscuit. I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes I'm so silly. It's a biscuit. I'm not going to use it like a sandwich bread. Mm, I'm not sure that I care for that as much. It's not bad. I'm going to try it again. It is kind of crumbly, but maybe if I let it sit a little bit longer, like it might not crumble as easily. You can definitely taste the coconut. Yeah. It's got a really strong coconut flavor with this like back end kind of like saltiness from the beef protein powder. I'm not sure that this is something I'd make again. I can eat it. I'll eat them because I don't waste food, or at least I try not to, and they are like healthy, good ingredients. I'll try them again after they've cooled and just see, but I don't know that this is something I would make again. Okay, I'm gonna try it with some of my jam. Yeah, it kind of overpowers the jam flavor too. Yeah. So I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. Just kind of not really what I was looking for. I'm also eating some fresh blackberries. It is 4:20. I went to the gym. I did a heavy arm workout. It was great, and a stabilizing core, which, oh man, I can really feel that. So fantastic. And then I walked at a steep incline on the treadmill as high as it would go, which I don't know exactly what percentage it is. It says 15, but it's a new like operating system on the exact same treadmill, and it used to go up to 18%, and then some of the other treadmills now go up to 20% as the highest. So I don't actually know what it was, but it was as high as I could go. I walked at a pace of 1.5 miles per hour wearing my weighted vest, and I did that for an hour and a half. Now I am home and I'm not particularly hungry, but I definitely need to get some calories in. So I'm going to eat what sounds good. I am making myself a smoothie, and then I'm going to also have some bacon, and I'm going to eat as much of it as I can. I'm already in over a 600 calorie deficit for the day, even with like my smoothie that I'm making and some bacon that I've already logged. And like my day isn't even over yet. So I'm going to try and eat as much as I can. For my smoothie, I have 10 ounces of unsweetened almond milk in my blender here. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of hemp hearts and a tablespoon of whole flaxseed. And then I'm going to weigh out a half cup of frozen unsweetened blueberries. So that's 40 grams. Just kidding, that's 70 grams. Okay, perfect. And then I'm actually going to use two different kinds of protein powder just for flavor. So I'm going to use this Fit Crunch cinnamon protein powder because I like cinnamon with blueberry. I'm going to use one serving of this and then one serving of the Fit Crunch vanilla, which I really enjoy. I'm doing extra protein because I totally need it today. All right, I've got those in. I'm going to blend. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to have dinner. I'll be back to let you know how my day turned out. I was able to eat all of the bacon. So I think it was about 12 pieces. I weighed it out in grams, but I think it was about 12 pieces. And then I did try a bite of one of the biscuits after it had cooled, and it does taste the same. It tastes very coconutty with like this aftertaste of like salty beef protein. So definitely not something that I will make again, but I will use them up because I don't waste food. So I ended up with about 2,000 calories. My protein is 177, my net carbs are 40, and my fat is 114. I'm in a not as healthy caloric deficit, but much better than it has been. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.